Uh, when I see this change, oh, Peter Pettersson, please make it easy for other people to understand. I add skäl för lägre rang and I ask skäl för föredragen rang. And this maybe is correct, I don't know. Södra Åby. And there we have a problem. Is socken the best or församling the best? I always use församling, church parish, but could be wrong. What we have done, I said 100 times now that I should show you how Wikidata works. What we have done is that we have added all church parishes to Wikidata and that we have the NAD, so it's rather easy to jump to the church books. So now I just have to find Södra Åby MCE5. So add and the problem with this is that you have to understand it and so on. And now you used AID, which means that you didn't use the church books from that are free, which I think is wrong. So I will change that. So now we said here they have AID and some of the church book doesn't have a page number, but here they say they have a page number. So then we look on page 3 in this one. The good thing with using, oh, it's not page 3 build, it's there maybe. The good, I think it's this one. The good thing with the Riksarkivet, most things are not good, is that you can zoom in and that you can get the zoom to this location. So what I do now is I take away that one, I add the ref, and this was not, oh, you did it today. And then the title, I take the thing down here. My understanding is that Riksarkivet, Swedish National Archive, are using a standard called IFFF or something like that, where you can add a layer above. I have tried to get them, speaking with them to get this information, but haven't got it. So that means that you can have something called a manifest saying that from this picture add another layer with the transcription. So that's the reason I have added the transcription. The cool thing, so here we can say September Södra Åby. Hem. Och then I add pattern. So my idea is that we, not this year, not next year, but in the future, could have this added in the picture when you click on it. And as this is a multi-language field, I can say svenska here. I could add this and say it's English, which is not. Indian English. Stupid. It's Swedish. So when I click here, what we can see now, I will take it away, is this is the Swedish hemmansägare. Is it hemmansägare? Oh yeah, it's 2 words. And this will be in the English language. So we could have transcription in the language the user has its setting on. So now what you have is you have a birth book, you have the title from the open free source, which I think is a better selection than using Archive Digital, and then you get the link. So what will happen now is that we have said that it's preferred, and reason preferred is because the birth book stated. Here we have, and I don't know if this is true or wrong. I don't. Cool is and here I did it that way. I also start adding one thought I have, but that's, I think, next level, is that we should say which book the person is in, because then I think we could use it for machine learning. That we could say that all people who have a distance in the birth book could be related, but that's my personal vision. So I think this is the correct book. Yes, it's the C5 book. So now we say it's in a specific book. We can see it's on a page, and maybe we should have the page number also here. Page 2. But this is just my... And now we can see what I have done is show history, and then we can see when you did the last thing, and that was that one. So we can see the difference in history. And because I run it in Swedish, I get all the stuff in Swedish. Good. And when doing like this, we get easier to do the Sparkle and get good result in the Sparkle. Here we can see the Wikidata query. So I think this was the reason I found your. So now, oh no, that's not. So that now I do the Sparkle, I get a reason why we think that some source is not trusted. So we can say here, not confirmed by birth record. And as Wikidata is multilingual, we can say that use Swedish and fallback English. And if I go to this one, we can see. And now I have those plugins, which I would like to show you. We can see that here we have someone who has added, and maybe it's you again, saying that this is depreciated, but you didn't say why. But Service Borg is not worse, I think, because I would say that Service Borg is more precise than the parish, because that's a city. The problem, I don't think we have the borders, but the problem here is if you look on this source, sometimes you can realize it says the parish, but here you can't. So the question is and that's the problem with all sources, and I think also the problem with Svensk Kvinnobiografiskt Lexikon. They don't understand linked data, they just add Service Borg. And they don't say it's same as. If we go and look at here, so Adler Cecilia, we can see that her birthplace is Lund. But what is Lund? I have this plugin, and then I have added, so hopefully it will show me also the API here. And then we say Lund place. So what they have done, which is, I would say, stupid, is they add coordinates. But that is not linked data. And coordinate doesn't tell you. Here they have it, the parish. So that's so stupid. Place parish. So I guess this is, and as we don't have linked data, they don't tell us, is this a city? Is this what? See if we can get to the Swedish Wikipedia. Here we have this disambiguation page. So say, is Lund, do you mean a person name, organization, stift, geographically? It could be Lund Horsen, it could be Lund Kristianstad, Lunds kommun in Norway. It could be Lund, which is a tätort, don't know the English, Lund stad, and so on and so on. And that's that we need to get awareness on linked data so people can be more precise. And we have to live with that old sources like Tokamarikstan is not better. But the problem is, why are we doing new things like this? This was just 2018, and I spoke to them that they should start add identifiers, because things like this, it's so extremely stupid. Which person is this? Mor, syster, bror, and they also have done something which is really, really cool, which is, see, Selma Lagerlöf. They add, as they are skilled, Selma, Ottilia. They also say people who are related to a person. So this is just a family tree, but this is also how she relate to other person. But who is Nelly Sachs? I think is rather easy. But Elisabeth Grundtvig, what do they mean? They need to do a persistent identifier for her and say things. So if I jump to Wikidata, I maybe have done some things here and created objects for them. So what I have done is, hopefully, important person. The problem with Wikidata is that you need to add properties, and adding a property can take weeks or never be done. But here we have, Lina Hjort I have, but I don't have her, and I use her as source, and then we can start looking at Nina Hjort, what I have found out about her. I have found the picture, I have found where she is born with a source and so on. So we can do it here. And here I have another plugin where I can create a graph with one click. So this is doing a query with Sparkle and what is shown. Here is this one. And if I take this query and rerun it, maybe it's faster, normally it's cache, I will get this graph. And that means I can see her relations to other people. But what I also can do is that I can do incoming. So I can click on an object and get all the incoming links to Selma Lagerlöf. So influenced by Tatasira Kara, and here we have main subject. after work by someone has done depicts. We can see that she's on the Swedish crown note. She is author Nobel or maybe that it's a painting where we can see her, and maybe if we are lucky we can have her IFFF here, but I don't think we have it. The thing I spoke about before. No. I can see if I can show you this. IFFF manifest. So that is, here you have a picture and maybe this is the manifest. So this is how a manifest look. So I guess this is the canvas, the picture, and then you can add layers above where I think we should add something like no. The transcription of the church book. But the problem with working with people at the National Archive, you have no one to speak to. They are not so technical. High tech is my feeling. No, I can't get it working. You can see if we can. Oh, before I had the plug-in where I could show things like that. This is the document. I haven't played with it for long, but I guess this is an IFFF browser, because you can zoom in a total other way than what is normal and so on, and you can add more pictures next to each other and so on. So it's really cool. But that's another story and the next thing. But please, when you add things and find it, try to follow this standard so we get this search working in a better way. So here we have a problem. Here I see Hermann Gegerfeld is a problem. When you select what should be added for here is primärkälla. And here you have this that you can't click on, because then you can click in the book. And primärkälla, yes, that's good, but I do. When you look for this, it says reason for preferred rank, and then it should be a object that is. Here you see this is depreciated, so this was how we started, but we now say it should be part of here. Unlimited further reason for it should be an instance of this. Then we don't get the warning. So here primärkälla should work, I think. But it does. It's not underklass historisk källa. So now I added it, and if everything works, which I'm not 100% sure it does, we don't get the warning. But here I think we didn't get the warning. And my feeling here is that, and here we have the same then, Göteborg garnisonsförsamlingen, mest exakt, and that maybe is me saying that it's exact because, no, it's not me, is because this is a smaller object. And what I think we should have here is not the parish, it should be the street or should be the hospital or something like that. And what we have been spoken about is to split this information into more properties. So you have one for the administrative, which is this one, and another one for the as exact place as possible. But if I go to this one, we know it's CE 13311. Then we have the NUD on this one. And then we have CE 13. I hope. Page 311. Page should be what is in the book. And then in this one you can zoom in. And I think zoom in is excellent because then people having other languages. Herman George. Was that one? So lesson learned is that the cool thing with something like Wikidata, it's open, everyone can do what they want, but as there need to be some rules, and then we have starting doing this with schemas, but that's not enough. You need to agree on things, and what is more precise, what is the preferred thing. What we see is with Riksregerings, what's the name? Riksarkivet, SPL, they do excellent research and so on. They don't add the sources. And they also have some bad software. So they add the wrong name. So it's not correct. They just have some church parishes. So they take one. And if that church parish didn't exist at that time, then we get a warning. And then we add them as wrong and so on. So here I would like to see Gegerfeld. I would like to see the date when it was retrieved. And maybe also is some called short citation. So people who are not so skilled understand what it is. And maybe it's Herman. Georg. But this is a long trip, it's lesson learned. I will think it will be trial and a lot of discussion, and we don't see people doing research or taking part of this. So I'm really happy that something is done. Maybe we can say Sophia. Here we have the church book and also the deaf thing. What I do on things like this is that I ask people at here we can see, here we have the deaf reason, which I don't understand what it is. So what I do then is that I create a transcription request. at rötter. So if we go to anbytarforum and we can check, and you can see now I got from Hans Melin. So he says it's crystaltum, gangren, vävnadsstöd i gamma ilius. I don't even understand. So what he says is crystallizit vävnadsenga. So what I have done now is that I have created this person, and if I understand this person correct, we can then change how he died. Sometimes I also do a reference back to this person, dödsdatum. So then we say here, take away that. Eleus Paralyticus. I have to think about this. I stopped the recording now. But what I do is that when we get this error now, or we get this help here, vävnadsstöd i gallblåsan, so then is the question, is there a Wikipedia article about this? I don't think so, so that's sad. Maybe we could have gallblåsinformation, so that will be a problem. Paralyserad tarm. Normally paralytisk ileus. So here I think we have it at least. Ileus paralyticus. So then we have this one, and then we can see that we have a Wikidata item for it, and then we can say that this other person here has a death reason, but we missed the first one, which is bad. So then I do like this, and then I also add what I have found in the death record, which is that one, and then my maybe not professional thought is that this is the same as the Wikidata Q number for him. So this is just a text string, but here we say it's a category, and now they say you need to have a death reason and a source, which I will add. Good, thanks.